Okay, hello people. So this is just a quick video to kind of describe the differences between various settings on envelope filters. The envelope filter that I'm using in particular is this one right here. It's the Source Audio BEF Bass Envelope Filter Pro. Highly versatile, lots of stuff. So I've got a little bit of fuzz on there just to kind of accentuate the different envelope filters. Here's basically what the dry sound sounds like. Maybe I'll turn that up a little louder. Oh, sorry, an ugly tone there. So that's more or less a dry sound. And right now I have the Q set kind of low, and it's on a notch setting. You know what, let me go switch it over to a kind of standard single pass. Turn up the effect, and this is kind of your standard sounding. That's kind of your standard sounding envelope filter, but I know that the poster on Talk Bass forums that asked for this was looking for more non-funky type of settings, and so what I suggest on this, like right now, I can set it to a pretty fast attack and delay, and it'll still get really funky. And that's not what he's looking for. So if I put the attack to very fast, but the release is fairly slow, and then change the frequency response to something higher, that's what I'm doing there, and then make the band a little bit higher, and not play quite as many staccato notes. It's really those staccato notes, the quick, that change it. So if you get that, this will not be quite so funky sounding. It'll be. Let's narrow up the range a lot. Usually those funkier sounds, like on standard envelope filters, kind of have a medium frequency range. This kind of sets how far apart the frequencies from start to finish are on that sweep of the envelope filter, and this kind of sets where the center frequency is. So it's up here, it's more high. So for now, let's just mess with kind of high. And then let's go over to a notch setting, because a notch one is not typically on most envelope filters. Where is it? There it is, right there. Let's make the release a little faster. And then you can also switch the direction, so it'll start from low and go high here. So that's kind of cool. And then the other thing that I found is when you have this, if you have a phaser, I'll turn that on. It's a moderate phaser. It sounds really cool with that. Frequency down low. And then if you have something like an octavator, oh crap, now you're in a whole different other world. Let's turn off the phaser so you can hear just what the envelope filter is doing. Turn off the sweep. This has got its own filter sweep on it too. So let's look at a couple other settings for the heck of it, since I'm here. This one has a multi, well, you know, let's go to the triple, because that kind of has that voice-like sound. If you start it kind of high and don't make the frequency sweep too great, you know, that should sound kind of cool. Sweep a little bit, maybe go over here, put a moderate attack and a moderate decay as opposed to just a fast attack and a long decay. And let's turn this off. Let's just go back to just the fuzz and just the envelope filter. Go real low, it may not sound very funky, but something else too. So I don't like that. Let's make this sweep a little broader. So that's a down sweep. It goes from a high down and high frequency down to low. Holds that and then releases it, goes back to the high frequency. Let's go about the same, but start low and go high. It'll sound a little different for sure, probably funkier. Not that different though. Let's see what else this thing's got while I'm here and filming. Here's a multi-pole low pass, standard kind of envelope filter setting, except it's got several frequencies that kind of move back and forth as you hit the string. Let's go high with this. So again, that does sound kind of funky, but if you make it a really fast attack and a slow decay, that should sound really non-funky. Let's go a little faster than that. So now I've got it at a fairly narrow frequency range, and it's pretty high, and a moderate decay, really fast attack though. So let's go a little longer with that. So that's pretty subtle, but if we bring up the Q, you can see what it's actually doing more. Sounds kind of terrible actually, but and if we bring up the frequency range, you can really hear what's going on. So that's not very funky either. It's funky, but it's not like your typical, duck quacking funk. So you could probably do this for hours, but I should probably stop and tend to people around me who actually care about me. So instead of these inanimate objects. Thanks, and I hope this was helpful.